Can I pin that? Ooh. Comment settings. Nope. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. It is Tuesday at 3 o'clock on the East Coast. Welcome in. Hi, Susan. Sorry. And if an earring falls out, you guys, it might just have to stay out. I wear them so rarely. They're my little crystal dolls. Aren't those the coolest? Hi, everybody. I'm letting people kind of filter in. If you haven't caught my lives in the last week or so, a little intro. My name is April Wall. I'm a psychic medium. I have been all of my life. All the women in my family do this line of work. And in the last few years professionally, I focused more on publishing some books, reading tarot, reading tea leaves, and deciphering angel numbers. And those are all books that help you learn how to communicate, get in touch with your own intuition better, and talk directly with spirit. Angel numbers are a great way that spirit communicates with us. So, but at the beginning of this year, I think the state of the world, spirit has asked me to push more into my mediumship. So for right now into the foreseeable future, I am trying to come on utilizing lives to practice. And so all I ask from you is just your first name if you're interested. I don't want you to feed the medium, meaning giving me any information. Just a yes or no with the information that I give you. And that allows me to practice. It allows you hopefully to hear from your loved ones. So it's an equal exchange of energy. It's a win-win for everybody. Just letting everybody kind of come in. If you want to share it, if you want to give it some likes. I am just learning this game. I've been on TikTok for the last 4 or 5 years. But once I had to take time to write the books and things, I just didn't stay as consistent posting videos. And of course the algorithm will just forget you. So kind of a rehash, if you will, trying to get back. Also, let me tell you, and I appreciate everybody who's following me. The support has been overwhelming, and I thank you so much. If you follow me, and probably anyone that does my type of work, any account like mine, psychics and mediums and things, you'll probably get about 10 copycat people that'll immediately follow you back. So just be aware of that. My username is @NamasteMagical, all one word, all lowercase, no numbers, no underscores, no, there's no backups. It's just this one account. So, just be mindful of that. And especially if you follow me and during this live I follow you back, that's probably not me because I'm busy doing this. Unfortunately, there are scammers in every area of life, so you just have to be aware. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much again for being here. And I just want to let you know that collectively, even while someone else is getting a reading, just being in this space, adding your energy to it, elevates the vibrations for all of us collectively. And making the connection to spirit, is work. Because while we're here in the physical, we are spirit, but we're in the body. And so our loved ones who have crossed over no longer have that holding them back. So they vibrate at a faster frequency than we do. So they kind of need to slow down a little bit, and we kind of speed up so that we can meet in the middle and give messages and receive messages. So gratitude, love, those are the highest vibration emotions that you can have. So even while, if someone else gets picked for a reading for a second, if you're sitting there during their reading, just take a second to send your loved ones love. Take a second to, feel gratitude for those things in your life that you're so grateful for. Also be aware that while I'm reading, the intelligence of spirit knows no bounds. They know who will be in here. They know who may randomly go by this today. So if you hear something in someone else's message and you're like, oh, that sounds just like something my grandmother would have said to me, or I can just hear my brother say that, know that that is for you as well. They know that there's only one of me. There's only so much I can do as one human being. but their abilities are infinite. So they will send what we call postcards, or they'll piggyback off messages. So you can always take that. Those are those little winks from heaven that, although I can't read everybody in here during this time, most of you still should get some type of healing or message. And just hearing other people make those connections should serve to let you know that your loved ones are also on the other side, doing fabulously, and are still a part of your life. Okey-doke. For those who were in here yesterday, I do have it set to air today. But once I start working, I start to get hot. So that's just a part of the process too. So there's only so much you can do. Okay, guys, let's get ready. So again, if you're interested in a reading, and just full disclaimer, you know, I'm just kind of getting the cobwebs off, so bear with me. I'm going to try. I may come back to a piece of evidence a couple of times to see if I'm deciphering it correctly. So again, yes or no's help, and get me on the right direction, because ultimately my goal is to continue to get better for you guys, so that each time I do come on, I'm giving you good, accurate readings, and you really feel like you've connected to your loved ones. So if you're interested in a reading, all I need is your first name, and I currently don't have moderators. I'm 4 or 5 days into doing TikTok live, so I really like it a little more organic. I think everybody's been very respectful in the comments anyway. I'm not going by list, so that doesn't really help. Spirit is kind of guiding me. My eyes, you know, something will catch my attention, and that's really more Spirit guiding me to who I need to read for. Okay, everybody. So for those who are wanting a reading, just give me your first name, and let's go from there. And again, these are mediumship readings, so I'm connecting to your loved ones on the other side. We're not really looking psychically. I'm not looking at love life, career, anything like that. Thank you so much, Nikki. Did I catch a Brianna? Brianna? Yes. Brianna Nicole? Oh, I'm getting worked up. Okay, Brianna Nicole. Yes, okay. I don't know if there's any way for you to write it out phonetically. Is it Brianna, like short A, or Brianna? Soft A? Is that how you... I just don't want to be saying the wrong name to you the entire time. Okay, so Brianna. All right, Brianna, I ask, as I go to tune in with your loved ones in spirit, that you ask them as well to gather close to you at this time. Send them love, send them gratitude for the roles that they played in your life. Again, be open. These could be loved ones that you were related to in this life. These can be friends or acquaintances. And the intelligence of spirit knows best. Sometimes people pop up that people are surprised by, but they have a message for you at just the right time. So I'm just now in the kind of waiting room of my mind, your loved ones gathering close, and I ask that my master spirit guide goes and gets that loved one that is ready to speak to you. And they may bring others with them, they may be alone, but let's see who we have. Brianna, are you named after someone? I feel like they're bringing attention to your name for something in particular. Okay. Let's go and see where that is. I feel like I have a female here with me. I feel like this would be an older lady, someone who passed in her later years. This is interesting. I'm seeing like this big building. And it's almost like industrial, or it's like an airport. So what are we trying to say? There's either some connection about taking a trip or recently having taken one, or this lady was somehow connected to the airlines. Is any of that resonating for you, Brianna? Okay. Because, yeah, it's like they're really pulling me to about a travel. And so your grandmother has passed. Was there something about you trying to get to her before she passed? I'm feeling like a misconnection, like a just not in time. Something in regards to seeing her. And I don't know if she's just trying to bring me to the last time you may have traveled to see her, or about her passing. Okay, so you have your grandmother in spirit, but also your husband's, who you were close with. Let's see if we can kind of decipher it out. For either one, was there an issue about getting there to see them before she passed? Okay. And who was this that you were there but couldn't go to the hospital because of the babies? Your grandmother or your husband's? That's who I felt. Okay. So you had babies at the time, so you weren't allowed up, or you just, you had to stay with them? Because I feel like she's bringing me to this to say it was okay. And that's how she kind of wanted it. But I do believe it's left kind of a hole for you because you didn't get that closure. You didn't get to say that final goodbye. Yeah, because I could see it, and again, it's what my mind's eye will come up with. So it won't be like an exact copy. Well, that's great because I mean, that's what I encourage all of us to do, because they are always listening. I feel like she's actually, since she's transitioned, really does come to guide you a lot in big decisions that you make. Like, I don't feel like she's fully, like 100% of the time, a spirit guide, but she is definitely guiding you and your husband about different paths, things that, decisions you make, where you're going in life. She's trying to help get that across to you. Do you see a lot of angel numbers? Because I feel like numbers are something she definitely sends. Okay. Okay, note to self, this is just a personal aside, I'm going to have to crank the air down when I start to do these, because I may spontaneously combust on screen, and I don't want to do that, you guys. Let me... Do you have 2 children? And neither of them were named for this grandmother? Because I'm coming back to the name stuff again, too. Okay. Well, keep that in mind, because I don't know if you're done having kids, or there's something just about some kind of memorializing her through her name, or some type of remembrance in that way. Did they live somewhere near the water? Like, I feel like I'm being pulled to Florida or to a beach area or something like. Because it does feel like, yeah, I mean, the distance you really had to travel to get to them. Okay, that may be the connection there. And she appreciates that. There's like a lot of love around that. Just her saying, oh, thank you so much. That's, a sweet way to be remembered. Keeping things in the family like that, that means a lot to her. Okay, so your grandma. So she may still be here too, and just trying to separate them. So your grandmother, when she passed, was she was older? Because you mentioned that your husband's grandmother, they were younger when they passed. So would it be your grandmother that would have been older when she passed? I feel like I'm going back to your husband's grandmother, though, and I know I mentioned earlier about her helping guide you. Are you guys looking to move? Is there a move coming up? Something feels like something in this year is like a big change for you guys as a family. And she's trying to let you know all that's going to go well. Okay, your grandmother was younger. Okay, well, just know that I think his grandmother is kind of giving you a preview, so to speak, that may be happening. And that all that's good. All these things that are happening, doors are opening for you guys. A lot of new opportunities are happening. And again, pay attention to the numbers that you're getting and continue talking to her. Continue talking to all of your loved ones. They all hear it. And she's enjoying seeing what's happening in your lives and with your kids and where that's going. Because again, our loved ones on the other side really get to continue learning lessons about life through our eyes. They, still experience things with us. So I think she feels very excited about what's coming up for you guys. Also, I just feel like you currently have 2 children, correct? I feel like your youngest, do any of your children say that they see somebody or something, or like they're playing with someone that you don't see there? Because I feel like they definitely, and both your grandmothers are visiting the kids. Overall, what I'm getting, Brianna, is that they're sending you guys so much love, and she feels your husband's grandmother still feels extremely close. Okay, yes. And so I think her message for you today is just saying, hey, I am still very much a part of your lives, and I love you, and they do miss you in the physical, but there's no sadness where they're at, and they don't want you to be sad. So continue speaking to her. She is speaking back to you in the ways of sending those angel numbers and other signs. She's visiting the kids. So, and maybe ask the kids, when they're, whatever age they may be, as our kids age, they tend to get like us and not make the connection as easily, but they'll tell you some fascinating stories sometimes. So if you're just open and let them talk, you may be surprised by what they're saying. But she sends you so much love. You've got a very bright 2025 ahead. I think you've got big things with your husband and your family as a whole. There's a lot of love there within your home, within your relationship. And both of your grandmothers just send you so much love. They're so proud of you guys, and they thank you. And they thank you for continuing to keep them a part of your lives by speaking about them, by, talking to them. And so that they just appreciate that. She loves about naming the potential older son after her son. So I just thank them both for stepping forward. And I thank you for sitting for me, Brianna. Just wonderful, loving, sweet energy. They're just as our grandmothers are, as they tend to have. Okay, guys, I don't want to have to pause this, but I've got to turn the ear on. Let's see, what can I do? How can I get my husband to turn it on again? He's supposed to be working, but sometimes he's watching the live. And we're in the same house, but we also have our oldest child here who's in training for a job, so I can't just scream out, turn on the air. Let me get some water. All right, guys. Okay. Reset. Moving on. Thank you again, Brianna. And I just think it's so cool. Each person that I read for and each live that I'm doing here, there are just so many fascinating things and to see in our lives on the daily how our loved ones are still there for us and still communicate with us. I mean, it's, as I'm reading sometimes, it's very hard not to go, really? That really happened? Like, you know, getting caught up in just how incredible this is. And that's to show you that, you know, with love, none of us truly ever die. We just simply move into our next form, and those bonds will never, never be broken. All right, so if you are interested in a reading, all I need is your first name, and I will kind of scan and scroll through. Thank you so much. And where I'm drawn to, where Spirit is leading me to, that'll be the next person. And again, I appreciate you guys so much as I continue to try to stretch myself and really feel into this. All right, let's see. Okay, how can I not be pulled to someone whose first name is Heaven? Lost Highway Paranormal. First name Heaven. I mean, it's kind of appropriate, right? And just going on your username, I would say that you're probably a little bit connected yourself already, right? Okay. Heaven, I would ask, as I ask your loved ones to gather close now, you do the same. Send them love and gratitude for the roles they played in your life. Also be open to who may show up today. We never know connections we've made through the years, who needs to pop in, give us a message at whatever time. So just be open and let's see who's here for you. I ask Heaven's loved ones now to gather close, kind of gather in the waiting room of my mind, and I'll send my Master Spirit Guide to bring them back. So, not to feed the medium, but I feel like, do you do work where you're investigating, you know, paranormal activity, possible homes that are haunted? Okay. Because I feel like the first person that's showing up to me, this seems to be a little boy. I'm getting the name Billy. But again, as I got this a couple of days ago too, that may just be my mind trying to come up with double consonants for someone. But it feels like this could be somebody that's kind of attached themselves to you, or just using this opportunity. And when I say attached, because I know there's a lot of negative things out there and paranormal shows that have been out there, that doesn't mean negative or demonic. But you know, you can affect people's lives in the living, but also in death. And so I feel like this person, which, like I said, feels like a small child, has kind of attached themselves to you because they appreciate something that you've done for them. Okay, his name is Robert. Robbie, Billy. Gotta work on those names. Is this someone that, through an investigation, you came in contact with? Because that's how I'm feeling it. And he's very excited and like running around. I feel like you in particular like connected with this child. Like there was some kind of interaction that you had. Okay, so this is in your own home. Do you like interact with him? Do you like play, like roll a ball, or some, you know, put toys out and then they're moved? And do you have children in your home that interact with him? And it's not Billy, April, it's Robert. Because Okay. Well, I don't feel like that's Robert's intention, but again, you know, in a child's mind, some of the most well-meaning paranormal activity could be frightening. And that may be why Robert is showing up to say, I'm sorry, I don't mean to do that. He's very, like I said, he's very excitable. And have you guys lived there long? Because I feel like something in your presence there and your child's is like, has awakened him. Like, oh, there's people here to interact with, you know? Okay, you have interacted with him. Have you lived there very long? Okay. I feel like there's something with you in particular then, Heaven. And like I said, I'm sure it's probably not the first time you may have heard that you have some ability yourself. I feel like you're kind of a beacon. I see where you may have shared some similarities with his mother, or he sees you in that way. Have the toys been moved? Has something like that, like, you know, a physical or physical proof or evidence of him being there? Okay, that would make sense. Okay. Yeah, that's him. And I do get though, like this childlike, and I feel like, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11 years old, but it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm just so excited, and I just wanted to play with this stuff, and I don't mean anything by it. Has your son seen him? Because, you know, again, it's almost like, oops. You know, like he's not intending it to be scary, but I also feel like, I don't feel like he's tied to your home, you know. There's a lot of theories and stuff about spirits, but I feel like he kind of comes and goes. It's somewhere that he had a great fondness for. Is this somebody that you could have been related to, since this home has been in your family for generations? Okay. Okay. Was there a well on the property? Or some kind of trench? Because I feel like that may be part of his passing. It feels like some type of accident. Yes, a well, like a water well. Excuse the very southern accent. And when I do these readings, I don't know why, but it gets way worse. So nothing currently on the property that's open. Hi, Willow. Well, good. We're in good company then. Okay. It feels like some kind of work was being done on the property or something, that they were having to dig or excavate. And it feels like something accidental, like he stumbled in or got hurt in that way. So, and you may want to look too through kind of property records if you can. But I think he's simply coming through just to tell you hi and how much he kind of enjoys your presence. And again, yeah, your energy and your son's energy just lends itself to connecting with him so easily. And to offer that, you know, like, sorry, I'm not meaning to creep anybody out. I don't want to, you know, he just feels connected to you guys. Okay. Robert, do you want to give me any more information about your passing, or is that none of my beeswax? Because we can ask, and Spirit they can say no. They have boundaries. They have their own autonomy. That's the word I was searching for. It feels like something he doesn't want to reflect on because he realized how sad it made his family. But again, I do get that it was quick, it was accidental. And sometimes families won't, there may not be something that's been written up about that or something, because they do their best to just try to get on with life and move on. But let me see, Heaven, if there's anyone else. Robert, have you brought anyone else with you? Have you opened the door for any of Heaven's other loved ones to step through? I hear Robert say, oh yeah, there's a bunch of people over here. She's got a bunch of people over here. Okay, so yeah, I feel like the family just tried to, let's put this behind us. So yeah, if they sold it and got out, then yeah, I mean, as any time we lose a child or you have something traumatic like that, it affects the entire family. So, yeah, when I asked Robert, it feels like the room kind of expanded and several people, I can just see a long line. I feel like you come from a very strong line of women, and that 2 in particular are with you at all times. Did they also have this ability? Were they also, if you can connect to 2 women, that I feel like this may be maternal, on mom's side of the family, but I don't say that they're paranormal investigators, but they had kind of that connection to the world beyond. Yes, women. Two women in particular, I feel, that are with you a lot. And your mom's side has the abilities. Okay. I feel like you're going to take things a little bit further than they did. You may already have with kind of some of the stuff you've done. So they're just there encouraging you. It's interesting. I don't normally say this, but they have a really kind of, for spirits, like a really chill vibe. I'm trying to think how else to say this. Like, just they would have been cool ladies, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had their ish together, and they knew who they were, very solid in knowing who they were in life. And people's opinions, they didn't care. Yeah, okay. So to each his own. And they did their thing, you do your thing, but they weren't concerned with, idle gossip or chatter or what you thought of them. Your opinion wasn't required nor desired. So, and I think they see a lot of themselves in you. Do you do this type of work professionally? Do you do like, something working with spirit or investigating things? Because I feel like they're saying that, there's some type of work available for you in this. And that may be moving in a new direction soon for you, like in the next 3 to 6 months. Excuse my sips. That's an awesome way to do it. And that's kind of like a scientific way to do it. And you can trust it more when you get it too. If you're a little bit like me, I mean, even doing all this stuff, I can still be skeptical. Well, yeah, I'm telling you, this whole room that kind of opened up, all these people are really in your corner, and they're really highlighting that kind of stuff for you because it's really somewhere you're gifted. And like I said, you have kind of that magnet pull for spirits. So lean into that. Do more of that because you really are called to do it. And yeah. As someone who I call my own self a doubting Thomas, you know, I can sit here and sit with you guys for these 2 hours every day, and then I'll get done and I kind of have notes and I'll talk with my husband about it, and maybe he caught this or that or whatever, and I try to digest it, and then in the morning I'll be like, but could I have just guessed all that? And I'm like, girl, get it together. So You know, you have to, you know what you know. If you're able to validate it that way, you get what you get beforehand. Go in there and it matches up. That's because you're doing it. So trust in that. I think that's their message to you too. Trust more in that. Keep leaning in that direction. See if some opportunities don't pop up for you in the next 3 to 6 months. And I don't think Robert's going anywhere, but he's like your Casper. And so he's so sweet. And he loves your energy and vibes. And, you know, and if things get too overwhelming for your son, just say, hey, not right now. You know, I need to be alone. Don't come in my room. Give me some space. And I think Robert will respect that. So thank you so much, Heaven, for letting me read for you. Again, another very interesting kind of, you know, reading. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I do. Okay, give me a second to try to reset. Again, let me do another little intro of myself. I don't want to just assume. Some people may be seeing me for the first time. My name is April Wall. I'm a psychic medium. I have been for all of my life, but like all of us, it took me a long time to get to this part here in my journey. In the last few years, I really worked on getting published, which that was an opportunity that came to me. But I've been on TikTok in that time, but I didn't stay as consistent because I had to take breaks to write. So I do have I have 3 books. One is Reading Tarot, one is Reading Tea Leaves, and the other is Deciphering Angel Numbers. And they're all in a series called the Daily Divination Series by Wilden Owen. And there is a paperback version of Deciphering Angel Numbers coming out really in a couple of weeks, okay, where are we? February 18th. But all 3 of those books is to help you hone your intuition, your connection to spirit. Angel numbers are a great way that our spirit guides, our angels, our loved ones communicate with us. And so, again, like I've said earlier, there's only one me. And people, anybody who's a good medium, there's still just that one person. So we're all of spirit. We are spirit incarnate in the flesh here in life, living our earthly lives. But we are from there. We will return there. So we all have this ability. And no one had, you know, you can only go to this person and do it. So that was the intention behind a lot of my books, is really to teach you how to do the things that I do. And it's like any skill, though. You have to practice. You have to stay at it. Some, I think, are naturally a little more, you know, better at it just starting out than others. But again, you have the same skill set that I have. But in this year, that has felt already like 52 years, my guides came to me and have really pushed me to work more on my mediumship. And so where I've done tarot and more psychic stuff and done the books, I'm now trying to get on and make my connections with your loved ones in spirit. I have a workshop I'm attending this weekend with an international psychic medium whom I respect a lot, and so it's going to be a pretty intensive 3-day weekend, but I'm hoping to get a lot out of it. So this will be the last of my lives this week, but then starting next week, I mean, I might be on at least 3 times a week. I may try a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type of deal, still 3 to 5. And right now, my readings are free because I'm using them as practice. And I appreciate the energy you're lending to me, the yes or no's, the feedback. That helps me get better, hopefully, to continue to hone and refine my skills. You get to hear from your loved ones. So I feel right now it is an equal exchange of energy. I saw somebody else's live, a psychic medium that I respect, and she mentioned something that I haven't even thought about because I've only been doing these lives for a couple of times now. I think today is maybe the 4th here on TikTok. Be aware, things that you may put in the comments. There are so many people who are opportunistic, scammers that are on the lookout. So if you're not getting a reading with me one-on-one, and even then it's kind of yes or no, we kind of go back and forth. Just trauma dumping or putting a lot of your personal information out there, be aware people are watching. And then they start to hit you up and they're personalizing, oh, well, I know so-and-so and you lost this person. And all they're doing is saying back to you the things they've read. Again, if you follow me, and I hope that you do, you'll get notifications when I go live. Any of us that are psychics or mediums on any type of social media platform, they do nothing about copycats. We can't do anything about it. And what they'll do is copy our platforms, and then they block us. So we don't even know how many fake accounts are out there. But just be aware that if you do follow me, you'll probably get, 10 different at Namaste Magical, 123 _ whatever. I am just at Namaste Magical. And especially if they follow you while I'm still doing a live, will probably most likely tell you it's not me. Look at the number of followers they have, look at the number of videos that are posted, and that should kind of give you an idea of who the real one is. Okay, that was my spiel. And again, if you want to sit and help me practice and hopefully get a message from your loved one, all I need from you is your first name. And I just go to where I'm drawn. What is it I'm trying to say and I can't? Okay, that's probably going to come up in the next reading. All right, guys. So if you're interested, all I need is your first name. And then all I need when we go back and forth is just yes or no's, just to validate the information coming through. Okay. Is it Billy? Billi? It's like, yes, it is. Okay. All right. So, because your profile pictures are about this big. And I don't want to make any assumptions. Is this Billy she or Billy he? I had a grandmother Billy, so. Female. Okay. All right, Billy. I just ask, as I ask in my mind and in my kind of waiting room here, that your loved ones gather close to us now. You can send them love. You can send them thanks and appreciation for the roles they played in your life. Be open to whoever may come in. We've had some surprising guests, I think, today. Sometimes spirit kind of gets on a roll or a trend. And that's why there's also these postcards, and people can get messages even if they're not being read directly, because we'll get 3 grandpas back to back. You'll get people who've lost their husbands. So keep that in mind, and as long as you're open and willing, let's see who's here for you. I just keep hearing, it sounds like a lady, and I just hear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't know if this lady would have fussed over you. And whether she was or not, and this may just be a reference for me, as I'm somebody who's obviously very, very Southern, but kind of grew up around, church ladies that were sweet to everybody, no matter if you were kin to them or not, related to them. I'm just getting that very, oh dear, oh, kind of, just that unconditional love type of thing. This feels like a woman in spirit. would have been, you know, I want to say maybe a grandmother, an older lady to you in spirit. Has that resonated at all with you, Billy? Yes, okay. Has your grandmother passed? Would this be your mom's mom? And would she happen to be Southern? Because I'm just trying to determine for myself, is that just a reference that she's just that type of lady, or she was in fact actually Southern as well? Okay, I got 2 yeses there, so I don't know. So I'm assuming this is your grandmother on your mother's side, and she was Southern? You're in my head. Oh Lord, yes. So I feel like she had like a great laugh. Like, was she the church lady that was she big about church? And you may be hearing my accent. I feel like double the dose, a heap and helping of the Southern coming out. Like, would she be the one who bring the potato salad? Or like the signature dish that everybody had to have at Easter or the church picnics or the gatherings. Like, this lady was known for throwing down in the kitchen. Now let me scroll up. I don't know if you answered that or not, Billy. Okay, and sometimes that'll happen. Let's see if she tells me more. And I only say these things because we're very body positive, but they also show me, and she's trying to help me delineate which grandmother this may be. Was she, whichever grandmother, and you tell me then who this would be, would have been maybe a little more plump, a little more sugar filled. I feel like, and I don't know, she kind of liked the fancy church hats, but, or it could be a representation, like she had a very big presence as well. Does that resonate with one grandmother more than the other? So maybe we can lean and see. And were both of these ladies Southern then? Okay, for that physical description, that's more your dad's mom. Let me ask you this, because I feel like I came in with your mom's mom, but would dad's mom have been a little more bombastic? Would she have, like, even sweetly, but like giving your other grandma the elbow, like, honey, I just need to tell her this real quick. Let me just get to the front of the line. Okay, hold on, let me do, and then you can go. Like, I feel like she might have would have cut to the front a little bit. Does that make sense to who she was, your dad's mom? I feel like she's got a big personality, and it just comes through. I don't know if my feed is slowing down, but would that be more in line with your dad's mom, Billy? Do I still got Billy with me? Okay, well, I don't know why. And I'm going to have to go in there and check that kind of stuff, because I don't know if, I've not put anything that I know of. So that's more in line with your... Do you have recipes of hers? Are there things that you have of hers, like a dish, something that maybe kind of was a prized possession of hers that you now have? Because I feel like this is some point of pride that she's bringing up. Yeah, I don't... Okay, biscuits. Butter my biscuits. Was that one of those things that she was known for? Because she is a character. Because I feel like she's over here going, April, you don't know what you're missing. My biscuits were good. They were not dry. They are flavorful, full of butter. She's proud that you're carrying on that tradition. Okay, good. Is she have like, is it a FR first name, like Francis or Francine or Franny? Or I don't know if this is a connection to her. Yeah, she loves that connection that y'all have, and that kind of is something that binds you together. And she's giving you kudos because she says not everybody could replicate them in the right way, but that you do that. You know how to do it. You do it really well, and she's really proud of you for that, because she don't want people thinking that her recipes out here, being done, and that's her name attached to them, and those biscuits are dry. So she says you're doing good, and I'm getting the proper credit for having good biscuits. Flossie was her name. Okay, so FL. Okay, that's awesome. And she is Flossie, baby. She's fair. I think that name is very fitting for her. Billy, have you had any health concerns lately? I feel like her bringing that to my attention, that any joint issues, knee, or it's like she's highlighting that. She definitely sees you cooking them, and just know that can be a special moment, and you can acknowledge her when you do that she draws especially close when you're doing that, and she's there with you in the kitchen, and a little bit of this, and if you think, oh, well, I don't know, today I might add a little bit, that might be her kind of urging you to do that, so lean into that. Joint issues, okay. I feel like she's sending you healing. She wants you to look out for yourself. I feel like in the family, you're somebody who's looking out for everybody else. And so now, of course, Grandma's going to turn around and make sure you look after yourself as well. She wants to look after you. So just make sure you're attending doctor's visits and staying on top of things. Maybe, just whatever the doctors kind of advised you to do, make sure you're kind of following that, but to rest and get off your feet when you need to, that you don't constantly have to be doing. Do you understand that? I think something's got to be going on with live, guys, because it just seems really slow. Okay. She's a sport model. So I feel like that was her main message for you. She wanted her presence to be known. She loves that you're continuing this tradition and carrying on you know, with that recipe, that she's there with you and she's watching you. And also to just let you know, just that she's aware of, you know, what you're currently dealing with. And she's sending you love and healing. She appreciates you carrying on her recipes and her traditions, thinking of her fondly, and, you know, and kind of chiding you a little bit, getting on you a little bit to make sure that you do take care of you. So I so appreciate you sitting for me, Billy, because Miss Flossie here is a character. And that it's I feel honored to be able to connect you all with your loved ones, because each person has these unique stories and it's so incredible. So I hope that was helpful for you, Billy. Remember to take care of you. Granny's watching. And always think of her when you're doing the biscuits. She's there with you in that time. All right, guys. Give me just a second. I want to stay on another hour. I just want to make sure things are working right too, but I don't really think there's anything I can do while I'm in the middle of this. I hope it's nothing like, you know, my internet or anything. Okay, again, my name is April Wall. I am a psychic medium. I have been my whole life, but I've taken a long route to get to where I do it professionally. In the last few years, I did publish 3 books. Reading tarot, reading tea leaves, and deciphering angel numbers. And those are all tools that you could use in your daily life. You don't have to be a psychic or a medium. We're all of spirit and we're living our human experiences. So those are tools that you can use, and especially deciphering angel numbers, because many of our loved ones and our guardian angels and our spirit guides communicate with us in that way. So, that's just, it's kind of an easy reference. And there are many, many numbers I included, from single digit all the way to quadruple digit. And it's a neat way to be able to kind of get a specific message from your loved ones. And you always tend to get them when you need them the most. So it's an awesome reference to have to go, oh, they're telling me exactly X, Y, Z. But at the beginning of this year, I was pushed by my guides to try to step out on faith a little bit, put myself out here, and do more of my mediumship work, which is more specifically not the psychic, not talking about love life or career or what's coming up in the next year, but more connecting you to your loved ones in spirit. Because I think now more than ever, we need to remember that we are all connected, and what connects us is love, and that bond can never be broken. So if you are interested in allowing me to practice and read for you, all I need is your first name and just yes or no's as I give you the information. And I just go to where I am kind of pulled. There's no list or anything right now. So let's see who Spirit is pulling forward next. Bailey, have I already read for you in the last couple of days? I don't think I have. No. Okay, cool. All right, Bailey, I feel like I'm being pulled to you. Bailey, as I ask your loved ones to step forward, I ask that you do the same. You can send them love and gratitude for the roles that they've played in your life. Be open to whomever may come through for you that's connected to you. You never know what kind of message they may have for you. And intelligence is divine intelligence of spirit. I'll get it out in a second. And they know better than we do what you may need to hear and when and from whom. So I just ask now that my spirit guides draw your loved ones in kind of my waiting room, I call it. And then my master spirit guide will go and bring back your loved ones who have a message for you today. So who is here for Bailey? I felt immediately like a younger male in spirit for you. This would have been somebody maybe at the same age as you. Maybe a cousin, a friend, boyfriend. But kind of that same, you know, age is 5 years plus or minus. This doesn't feel like an elderly gentleman to me. Very excited to get to talk to you. So I'm trying to... Would this person have been in like a fraternity or college age possibly is the connection they're trying to make for me? Can you make this connection to someone who's passed that you're connected to, Bailey? A younger man in spirit. Like I said, either college age, around your age, somebody that would have been in a fraternity. I hope that comments aren't being filtered out or something, because like I like see one person or two. Bailey, are you in here? And I think it may be kicking people out. I'm not sure. So I got to figure out how to fix that. Bailey, are you there? Has anybody seen Bailey? Yeah, now that I'm locked in with Bailey, if you could just hold the comments, that'd be good. Okay, would that help if I kind of pause? Let me try to do that for a second. I'm just trying to kind of Okay, pausing for just a second, guys. All right, guys, am I back on? I hope this kind of redoes something. Bailey, are you still with us? Because I'm going to have to move on. Can I see a list? Yeah, something's going on. I know. Unless this thing kicked her out. That's what I'm saying. I don't know enough to know. I've got the note for her. If she comes back in, I may move on to somebody else and I'll circle back to her. But, you know, just to kind of go ahead and move forward. So I ask that spirit person kind of steps back for a moment because we're not sure where Bailey's at. Yeah, TikTok's been weird. And that's just my luck. As soon as I get to going on something, it'll screw up. I can't depend on it. All right, so let me go just kind of throw it back out to the group again. So if you're wanting a reading, all I need is your first name. Yeah, I believe in divine timing for everything. So there could have been something coming through that she wasn't quite ready to hear yet or something, but we'll see. Melissa. Melissa, Far, Far Away, Farm 2020. That Melissa. I didn't know I had two until I just saw that. Okay. All right. All right. If you've been listening to my spiels, I'm going to say the same for you. I'm going to ask that your loved ones grow close now, and I'm going to do like this. You'll find that as I'm doing these readings, I get tongue-tied, trying to get the information and then get it out of my mouth. You know, it becomes a process. I'm asking your loved ones in spirit to draw close now. I ask that you do the same. Send them your love. Send them your gratitude for the roles they played in your life. And I do ask that you're open to whoever may come through. Somebody you're not even thinking about may show up today and have a message for you. I ask that my guides kind of gather your loved ones close in what I consider kind of my waiting room. And my master guide will pull your loved ones back now into the kind of exam room, if you will, that I've structured in my mind. Just gives me a frame of reference and kind of a meeting place to meet your loved one on the other side. So who is here for Melissa? Okay, this is very interesting because the first images and things that I'm getting is like a bald eagle. It's like an eagle. I don't know if you have Native American heritage. I'm not getting a particular person yet, but they just sent me that image so clearly at first. So let me see if I can feel more into this. Would this have been somebody's tattoo? Like kind of, you know, very patriotic, American Eagle flag, like I'm seeing like an upper arm. I would feel like this is a male presence. Okay, your husband just got. Is this person in spirit connected to your husband? Because, yeah, that was the first thing. Because I'm hearing like, that's so badass. Like, if the tattoo's badass, or this person thought of themselves as badass, or was a badass, but I just keep getting badass. This feels like someone who, I mean, is connected to you, not connected to your husband, and just trying to show me that image of what they see of your life now, and to show you, I know what's going on as recently as however that tattoo came to be. Do you have someone that has passed that would be like on your, like a brother, or maybe an uncle who wasn't that much older? This feels like a contemporary to me to you. I'm not feeling like this is an elderly gentleman. And I do not know how to spell the word contemporary. I just realized. All right, Melissa, you still with me? Okay, good. See? Somebody working against me, okay? Little gremlins or something, but I must be doing good because, you know, something always wants to throw a wrench in when you're just out here doing good. Okay, so your phone froze. So I was saying that I felt like this person is more of a contemporary to you, a brother, a friend, an uncle that wasn't much older. This person doesn't seem, I don't feel like he's an elderly gentleman. These next few days that I'm away from lives, I'm going to try to Google and look into things and make sure that if this is something on my end or something I can control with the way this is doing, I'm going to try to do that. Are you back with me, Melissa? Okay. Let's see if he can give me a little bit more. Well, could this be a father figure for you, but he didn't pass at an old age? That may be why I'm reading it more as somebody as a contemporary. I mean, my own father passed when he was in his early 30s, so, but he was still my dad. Is your father in spirit? And would your dad have considered himself a badass? I know mine did. I think that, yeah, immediately was his connection about seeing this tattoo and like, yeah, that's cool. Like, that's in line with his personality, who he would have been. Maybe kind of a bit of a macho guy. I don't know if he would have worn a bandana. Did he ride a bike? Like, he feels very tough to me. I don't know if he was like into hair metal or he feels like he had like physically as well as personality wise, like a big presence. You did. You did what? Have the bandana or into the hair metal? Motorcycles. Yeah, so for me, yeah, those are all my frames of reference that, okay. Your dad knew your husband while he was still living, like they had. Dad was big in military. Okay, so there's the patriotic piece of it, and so yeah, I got the flag and the American. Like, this dude screams USA, USA. Like, I feel he's very proud of that, proud of what he did, proud, to be a part of this country. Like, it very a tough guy, but you know what I mean, like one who could back it up. Some people talk a good game and talk big and all, but he could back it up, like a real man's man, real strong, solid dude. Yes, very proud. Yeah, I get that from a very, very strong energy. So you feel like he passed before what we would consider his time. Like, he wasn't in his 70s or 80s. Was he like midlife, 40s through 60s? Like, I just, he doesn't come off to me, as that he was, that he had aged into that kind of later span of life. Okay. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to just fill out. So even though I feel like, oh, this is a younger person, his energy is just that way. So that's a good note to have. Kind of feels younger than even his years would have been. So did his passing come suddenly and kind of as a shock? Like, I just, something about it to me, it was quick. I feel like he sees a lot of himself in you, like, and I hope you take this in the way I mean it, which is a compliment. Like, you're a badass, tough chick. Would you agree with that? Like, I feel like he instilled a lot of his values in you. You know, he raised you a certain kind of way, especially being a military man. You know, he had these certain types of ways and things he liked done. I feel like you might have rebelled against him a little bit, you know, the teenage years and, you know, early adulthood, but still you have such a great appreciation and love for who he was, that kind of rock in your life. And he sees a lot of himself in you, even if at times maybe you had some loggerhead moments. He admires your strength. Okay. And he's all good with all that. You know, that's all water under the bridge. And I hear him laughing now, you know, like, April, you wouldn't believe what this girl would put me through, okay? I feel like, yeah, you could have pushed it a lot with him, you know, pushing those boundaries and limits and all, but and he may have done it in life, but especially now, there's such an admiration of your feisty nature and your spirit. And he commends you on it. He respects the hell out of it. Because I feel like you have been through a lot yourself. It's not been an easy road for you. And yet you push through, you power through, and he wants to commend you on that. He wants to tell you how proud he is of what a strong person you are, what a fighter you are. I can just see him like slap your husband's back really hard and like go, boy, you got a good one. You did good. Like, you know, that he's kind of ribbing him a little bit or whatever, but, and complimenting you that your husband married up, you know, and he's like, and also kind of joking or whatever, like, and you're never going to control this one, you know. You're your own person, and your husband's good with that though. Like, you're your own people, and that's good. You're, like I said again, at just this kind of theme of how strong you are. I'm getting 3. Do you have 3 children? Did he have 3 grandchildren? Okay. So do you specifically have the 3? And he has 3 great-grands now as well. So, okay, that... Because I feel like he's very protective of them. And does a lot of watching over them. Because I feel like he would have been protective in life as well. And he wants to let you know none of that has changed since he's crossed over. He's still very active in watching out for everybody and protecting. Okay, but altogether there are 3, and 3 great-grands. So, and that is his way of including all of them. You know, there's not a favorite here. This is, I'm watching all these kids that have come. While I was saying that, I immediately got pulled to like this image of a river, and I don't know if he was a big fisherman or if there's a trip around the river, something about the river. Is your husband like an avid hunter or like, you know, outdoorsman type or something? Just a trip coming up. I'm just trying to, it just came in so strong while I was still trying to talk about the other thing. So can you make that connection with the river or fishing, being outdoorsy? Is that something he would have done with the grandkids? Okay, Sun is a Marine. But I know they're more, you know, on the oceans. And this just felt, I just can see, and being from the South, just kind of, our rivers are never the cleanest, clearest. It's kind of, you know, kind of mucky water or something. Trying to see if it's it about being stationed anywhere near there. I'll see if he comes back to that. He's very proud of that son that's the Marine, though. I can tell that. There's a lot of, you know, puffing out his chest and, you know, carrying on the tradition and hoorah and kind of, you know, and I don't have a military bone in my body, so excuse the whatever. But I feel like, you know, he's very proud of that. And I feel like he was genuinely, you know, he could have rocked your ish, trying to keep it whatever in here, but also that there was a very, you know, soft part of him. There was a big, maybe teddy bear kind of quality. And I feel like you knew that side as well. Okay, so we're making a connection there. Thank you so much for that. Dry riverbed. Okay, and so your brother was with him. Did he just collapse? Was it just... I still got you, Melissa? I'm going to have to check into this connection thing. I mean, it could be my internet, but... Come on, Melissa. Guys, do I sing Frozen? Because I'm not even really seeing anything in the comments now. Okay. Melissa. I hate to... Alright, good. Because I feel like we were getting somewhere with the river thing. And I mean, all I would say is if you do lose me, you know, or you get booted out to try to come back, you know, I think you could get in if you go directly to my page. Dang it. Maybe she froze. I hate that because that was a really strong connection. Her dad is a real stand-up guy, and I feel like he was trying to get me there about his passing. And that's twice now, guys, and I hate that. I feel like we're all kind of, I mean, I'm just like with you, we're on the edge of our seat, like, oh, what's the rest of the story? I don't know, because now my connection to him is gone. Let me see, can I see a list of... I see top viewers, so it's like not showing me. No, I don't need to go into... This one hurts. I don't want to have to move on from... Yeah, I mean, things happen. I'm not upset with her anyway. I just feel upset if she was trying to hear the rest of this and something just happened. Especially if it's something I could control here on my end. Let me see what... trying to remember her username. It's like, because I may have to try to reach out to her after this, because it was like Melissa. Ah, there she is. Melissa, did you leave? You're back? And did I write it down? Melissa, far, far away, Farm 2020. I think I had it totally right. Melissa, did I freeze? Did you freeze? We were talking about your dad and the river and that. No, been here. Okay. And couldn't see it. So I don't know if it's filtering comments. So I don't. I'm frustrated with you, TikTok. About the riverbed. So your brother was with your dad at his passing. Did he just collapse? That was the last thing that it was just sudden. And maybe, okay, so no, not his son, but, so your son. At a dry riverbed. Okay, and they were together. And is that what, because I'm not getting exactly what, but was it sudden in that way? Like, I feel like we're talking 1 minute and then, like it goes down, something. Okay, they were dirt bike riding in a dry riverbed. Okay, now I get that reference. I see that. So, and see me thinking, hearing river, I'm going all over there. Okay. I feel like, how old was your son when this happened? Because I feel like your dad is kind of just apologizing in a way that he's sorry he had to see that. He feels like that scared him. And, you know, that he may play some of that over in his mind. And he, you know, he doesn't want to leave him with that burden. Okay, yeah, for sure. So that was a big deal for him to be there and that going on. And your dad is wanting to kind of release that for him. You know, remember him, you know, in the good times and things. And there was nothing, and I don't know if this is something that your son has verbalized to you or not, but he may be holding on to some guilt. You know, a lot of us who lose people have some level of survivor's guilt, and whether it's rational or logical or not, you know, we think, oh, we should have done something else. You know, he was barely 14, like you said. So I think your dad wants him to know that there's nothing he could have done. There's no responsibility he bears, and that he's good and he's still with him and like palling around with him. Like they had really good times together, and he wants to lift that burden from him for him not to feel that way. Okay, and okay, is that the one you mentioned earlier about being in the Marines too? Because, yeah, like I said, feeling very proud. But he does, like I said, I don't know if this is something your son has verbalized to you, because I know, you know, our kids will keep things from us, and especially, you know, if he's a tough Marine kind of dude. But, you know, if he's open to it, that, you know, you heard from his grandfather today, and to let some of that go. There was nothing he could have done in any way. Okay. And I really think that's why your dad stepped forward today. I think that's going to make a big impact for your son, because he has a successful, long life ahead of him. And these are like just some kind of boulders in his backpack he needs to kind of, you know, put down. He needs to unpack those, and because he's got a big, bright future, and, you know, Grandpa doesn't want him feeling any kind of responsibility for that. He's like, kid, you know, no way. That's not your burden to bear. That's not your load to carry anymore. Let's put it down. All right. He, you know, he's very emphatic about that. Are you having to make some medical decisions about her? I feel like you're struggling with that, about what to do about her. And he's saying, I support you, whatever you end up doing, Melissa. You don't have to beat yourself up about it. Whatever is best for you, whatever you need to do for you and your family, whatever level of care or responsibility that you can take on, don't beat yourself up about it. That's okay. Okay, I'm not understanding the last comment. What is all dimension? Oh, are you? Yeah, you'll have to say that for me again. I'm not sure what. In regards to your mom. Overall, I feel like, whatever you're choosing to do, your dad is super supportive of you. Okay. And that's what I thought when I started to read it out loud. I was like, does she mean Alzheimer's? Okay. I got to figure out what's going on with the damn comments. And I apologize for that. Okay. Yeah, that's... Your dad's expressing remorse around that situation. Like he hates that she's going through it, that you're having to go through it. He's disappointed in what's happened with that. I feel like in the state that she's in, she may be getting visited by him as well. I don't know if she speaks of him, seeing him, or old memories that are like popping up for her. So is that an issue now of what you're able to do for her, because financially it's going to be a big pull for you because that money is gone that would have been helpful to help take care of her? Okay, the dad, yeah. Are you considering, is she currently living with you? Or is that what you're considering? Because I can feel that your dad, his heart goes out to you because he knows there is a lot on your plate and you've been stretched really thin. I think that's what a lot of what he was saying earlier about being so impressed and proud of how strong you are. Okay. I just keep getting, Melissa, that whatever you ultimately need to do for your mom, what you choose to do is what's right. You're being led by your heart and the true intentions. And if some things get to be too much, if you have to bring in help, or, or if a facility is an option, and where someone can help you financially or whatever, do what you need to do. That, because it feels like, you've got a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and he is supportive of whatever you choose to do. And your mom, even in this state, and I had this kind of people I've read before who have Alzheimer's, they have that one foot in each world. And I feel like she's kind of reaching out. I know she's not cross, but what I'm saying is they kind of get in this altered state, and they're more, they kind of travel back and forth in the spirit too. And she doesn't want you to feel like this is all on you, or she loves what you've done. She can feel the incredible amount of love that you have for her and the care that you take for her, and she's so appreciative of that. And she knows you've been put in a really tough spot. I feel like, Melissa, and you getting this reading today, I never think any readings are coincidental or by chance or whatever. I feel like something is going to come up for you that you may not even know is an option right now. You may just come across some website you hadn't heard of before. A friend mentioned something to you. Something either in the next 2 weeks or 2 months that could help alleviate some of this for you. So be open to that. I feel like Dad is trying to pull some strings on the other side and get you some help with your mom's situation. But he's super proud of what you're doing, and just I feel like he just really expresses it in this kind of military hoorah kind of, yeah, hell yeah kind of way. And your mom is just expressing so much love and gratitude for you. It is really a beautiful thing that you're doing. There's this kind of whole full circle thing that is happening in your family. And although these things, and I've been there for family members, I've been there for those who languish with cancer for a long time and hospice care. I've been there. I have family members who've passed, who've had Alzheimer's. But your energy, it's not even verbal what you do. It's the care and the love and the time you spend. It's a bittersweet kind of beautiful experience that it may not be something you can see in the present, but you will one day. This is just a beautiful thing that you're doing for them, and they both express their gratitude towards you. I'm so glad. I thought I lost you there for a minute. I was like, not another one. And I feel bad too, still for Bailey, but I'm so glad that we got you back, because your dad is a hell of a guy. And, I think he a bit of a legend or something. I really like his energy and his vibe, and he is so freaking proud of you. Tell your son to put that burden down. That grandpa is like, no way in hell am I going to let you keep carrying that. I'm good. I'm watching after you. I've got your 6. Does that make sense? Like, he's there helping, and he's watching all of those grandkids, and he's so incredibly proud of you and what you've stepped up to do for your mom. And she as well. Just keep giving her that love and support. She feels it. I know it's incredibly difficult for somebody you have a lifetime of memories with, to watch them lose them, but that connection is still there. I promise you. I have chill bumps, because you're doing a really, really beautiful thing. And I'm so glad that I got to connect to your loved ones in spirit today, Melissa, and get to meet you, because I think you're a hell of a spirit as well. You have a, beautiful soul, and you're doing a lot of good work. You're a light in this world. And so I thank you so much. I hope that makes sense. Please pass that along to your son. And like I said, be open. In the next 2 weeks, 2 months, I think there's going to be some things that come your way that might help you out and alleviate some of that with your mom, give you some options and things, help you get a little help. And you need that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Melissa, and thank you, everybody. It's been a glitchy day with the technological stuff, and I am on, and I haven't said these things before, I'm at Namaste Magical on Instagram. I'm, I guess it's the same, Namaste Magical on Facebook. Here's where I've primarily been going live. I have gone live on Instagram. I've not done it yet on Facebook. But, this is so up and down about the fate of TikTok or different things. So I'm always going to try to land somewhere. I can also take these lives. I think I'm going to start trying to download them on YouTube. So if you get readings and you'd like to see them again, that's kind of a way that they could be preserved and recorded. I may take clips and use them. And I'm going to be offline, or at least off TikTok, the rest of this week, so that I can go to this development class that I have for this extended weekend. And but I'm thinking, like I said, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday type of thing, kind of 3 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. until I feel like I get to some level, and then I'm going to open my books up and take on paid readings so I can do one-on-one. The other thing I'd like to do, even in the lives, is start to pull you in and invite you on. You don't have to come on screen. You can, that's totally fine. I like the less I know, the better. And so if you didn't want to show your face and you just want to do your voice, that's cool. Because I don't want anything influencing my brain and keeping my connection with spirit kind of clear is what I aim to do. But even once I start to do one-on-one readings and do those private readings and paid readings, I plan to continue to still do lives at that point, maybe once or twice a month, and they will still be free. Because it's kind of, lawyers do pro bono work. While I'd have my paid clients, I know that every one of us have people that we have lost and that we miss and we grieve and mourn over. And, I don't want money to be a thing that keeps you from hearing from them. So again, I can't guarantee everybody gets a reading, but eventually if you catch one of my lives, I think you'll hear from who you need to hear from if you're not able to meet those fees. And all of us, life's hard right now and times are tough. So I'm trying to do that because I feel like that's what Spirit asked me to do. And I am at their service. I am just the mouthpiece that they are speaking through. So I try to do what they asked me to do. I am, because of all the little glitches and stuff today, I think I am going to call it a wrap today. I hope if Bailey, sees again or comes in, I'd like to reconnect with her, but feel free to follow me on here. I do plan to try to get a little more active again on TikTok. You'll get notifications if you do. On my Instagram, I post a daily spirit message every day. I sit and get those messages from Spirit. They're inspirational kind of things to kind of get your day going. So that's something I've done on Instagram for years. Sometimes I also do like weekly tarot card readings, giving you kind of a weekly forecast and talk about moon cycles and things like that. So it's a little bit, it's different type of content than here. But I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank each and every one of you who have spent time with me today, because your energy is lending itself to what we're doing here. I know whether you got a specific reading or not, your loved one is with you. They are okay. They love you. They see what's going on in your life. They want you to be happy. They wish for nothing but your health and success. And I just thank you for letting me play some small part in reconnecting with them. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I really do. I appreciate it. And I want to get on here because I know people, you kind of get used to a format. And so, from 3 to 5 and I'm doing readings, but I would like to go live at different times too, just to answer your questions and just to get to talk to you guys, because, I appreciate that exchange, and you can pick my brain. If I don't know the answer, I'll let you know. But, I thank you again. You won't see me the rest of this week. And I'm going to be doing some studying and doing and working with some other mediums, and hopefully that goes well. I still feel like such a newbie in some respects on a lot of this stuff, and it's scary. It's scary to come out here and put your face out and go, hey, I talk to dead people, so they should be. And also my website is just namastemagical.com, and all 3 books are linked there. And right now my books are closed. Books, as far as getting services, are kind of closed, and I want to revamp the website. There's a lot of things I hope to do in the next month or so, and gear up and take this different turn, and you guys can book a reading, and you guys could, get all that different stuff. So anyway, thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that, Billy. That's great. So, and she was that Miss Flossie. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad she got that's. I don't know how she hasn't, because she was a presence. But I thank you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope that just these couple hours that you spent with me, if it just allows you to shut out the world for a minute, then it's done its job. So I send you all my love. I thank you again. You'll see me next week. And bye-bye for now.